If you want to run a successful Google Ads account, you probably don't want most of your clicks coming from this person. In all my years in Google Ads, where I've spent over $50 million, one of the biggest sources of junk clicks comes from apps and games either on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. In this week's video, I'm going to share with you how you can exclude clicks from these placements, and this works across every single campaign type, including Performance Max. So if you want an easy optimization that only takes a couple of minutes and can save you thousands of dollars every year, stay tuned. And if you want to save even more money in your Google Ads account, make sure to grab my free PPC cost cutting cheat sheet. You can get it at scottredgate.com/cheat sheet, and I'll leave a link in the description below. All right, so on this channel, we talk a lot about easy improvements and optimizations that you can make inside of Google Ads. And while there are across the board settings and optimizations that every single account should do, the fact is every account is different. And so a change that might be beneficial in one account doesn't always mean that it's going to be a beneficial change in another account. But in this week's video, what I'm about to share with you, I would argue is something that 99+% of Google Ads accounts should consider. And here's the reason why. How many times have you been out in public and you see a kid that's acting up and the parent gives that kid their phone, for better or worse, and then that kid starts playing a game on their parent's phone? Now, how would it make you feel if your hard-earned money that you're putting in Google Ads, most of the clicks that you were getting was coming from that kid? That probably wouldn't feel too good. And so the point that I'm trying to make is that in a lot of instances, the clicks that you're getting from apps and games, both on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, aren't as high quality as the clicks that you're going to get from the Google Search Network. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can find out if this is a problem inside of your account. And then I'm going to show you how you can exclude these placements forever. And this works in every campaign type, and that includes Performance Max. Okay, so to find out if you have a disproportionate number of clicks coming from apps and games, what you need to do is inside of Google Ads, on the left-hand side underneath Insights and Reports, you can select the Reports Editor. You can also just search for the Reports Editor here on the top of the screen. And then under here where it says when and where your ad's shown, select this placements option. Now, in some accounts, this tile for placements doesn't exist. And so what you're going to need to do is create a blank report and add in some of the dimensions that I'm about to show you. But if you do have this placements tile, simply select placements, and then you're going to be greeted with a screen that looks like this. So what I just did was I selected the filter for placement type group is a mobile application so that I'm only looking at the views and clicks and impressions that are coming from apps and games. And I can see by looking at this number right here that this account has shown on a ridiculous number of apps and games. And when I looked at the metrics for these placements, they were really bad. And so to make a quick judgment call with this account should not be showing on these apps. Their money would be better spent on other placements like search and shopping. So let me show you how to apply an account-wide exclusion so that you're never appearing on these apps again. So on the left-hand side here, you're going to select Tools, and then underneath Tools, you're going to select Content Suitability. And there's a lot of options here, and I'd recommend going through to see the different types of placements and content that you can exclude your ads from appearing on. But the one that we're gonna focus on here is at the bottom, and it's called Excluded Placements, and right now it says none. So what I can do is underneath here, I selected that, and then you'll see this apps category section. So you could go in and start adding apps one by one, but I think the easiest method, if you want to exclude your ads from showing on any app, is just to go in, select app categories, and then just start going down the list of selecting each and every app category. And so you can see here, when you do that, you're going to select 84 app categories on the Apple App Store and 56 on the Google Play Store. And so while this isn't bulletproof, like there's still a chance that maybe something wasn't categorized as one of these app categories, you're going to halt your ads from showing on almost any app out there. And so the accounts that I've worked in where I've gone in and done this, it is almost instantaneous in that the impressions that you get from apps and games stops immediately. Now, with that said, if you're just looking for cheap clicks, and I have a whole video on how to drive cheap clicks in Google Ads, and for some reason you're just looking for some cheap branding, maybe this isn't what you want to do. And that's why I said this is what 99+% of accounts should do. And so after you've selected all the app categories, just hit save, and you've just input an account-wide exclusion that is good as long as your account is active.